And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
So go. 390. 11 feet. You think you want to get down? Go ahead. You think you 11.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Luck. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good match.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Joe Schobert, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Check 26, check 26.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Luck. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Too easy.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves, see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Off of play action, Luck. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Here we go, son. Mike 51, Mike 51. All right, T, let's check. All right, T. Watch out. Hey, switch gears. SOS.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Keep
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Running right, here's Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10 and the Browns are going to get a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Greystone, travel.
On first down, Darnold. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Watch tight end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down. Here we go.
Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Time. 51's the mine. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, lady. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Third and long, it's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. Well, you're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the play.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tevin Coleman. 99 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Browns drive about to get started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Smooth. 51's the mic. Hey, tighten down. There you go. 51's the mic, boy. 51. You go, young lady. Hey, Mike, it's up. 51. It's up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Undercrush. Watch the eye. Win the rep. Let's go, right here. Right there.
They will toss to Brown. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Mike 20. Watch the screen. Lady. Watch the screen. Hey, Mike.
Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
We go set. Mike 5-9. Watch the run. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
41-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's our time, guys.
Now a give, right side. Brown. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 35.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Mike 20. What we got? Check. X3. 218.
On 3rd down, it's Brown. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right, force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. From the 50, it's Darnold. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On second down, it's Coleman. And an alley to run. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Out of the gun, Luck. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll run on first down. Brown, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. They come out here in the I. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Bang, 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 bang. Now, lady. Reset. Reset.
They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And some space here. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 32-yard line.
47 yards. And the Dolphin first down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Luck on the screen. This is Coleman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Strong right. You got nothing. Shit. Check 99. 11. Patsy. 5. 53.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Kill.
They'll toss it to Coleman. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tevin Coleman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because the reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Back to the air, Darnold on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Red 80. Man, I got you.
Hey, Echo.
Mike 51.
You ain't doing nothing today.
51, Mike. Mike 51. Watch the screen.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure whatever the reason is. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Tevin Coleman with his third touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
You might be getting tired of seeing me.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
We're going to sign. Mike 20. Target.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Brown. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Found his target. It's Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Brown. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You don't know no better.
He's checked, lady.
Right back to Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Come on out here. Come get some.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Cordray Tankersley on the stop defensively.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
59, Mike. 80. Mike to 59. And we got to get to the ball.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Check. Hey, Zoo. 51, Mike, 51. Check back. Mike,
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Vince Beagle able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 15 now. Luck. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Check 13. Check 1.
Throwing on 3rd down. Luck. Quick hitch, complete. It's Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Look out! 11. 64, weak.
Kill.
Now a hit and lock. Lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again?
And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Look out!
Here's Gaskin. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll run here with Balaj. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Switch.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Bring 90. You must be dreaming. He's coming. We got double up. On.
Check safety. Switch.
On 2nd down now. It's Coleman, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Go ahead. Run, 674. We want it. Come to my run, 674.
Now Balaj. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They run it with Balaj. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
The Browns on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Check 50. Shift. General West.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the safety, Rashad Jones. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They go with Brown, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 3rd down. It's Brown, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
On 1st down, it's Brown, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the toss, this is Jim Brown. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Past the 20. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So for the Dolphins, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles